comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Afternoon, everyone. What a nice transition. I figured out that I can start my video before I hit the live button, and that will get it going the right way, so you don't see a little blip of me. Yeah, little things like that. I hate my hair right now. I hate it. Hate it. All right. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the rewatch or the live. It is always helpful. And yeah, so I was on the phone with a friend for about an hour, and we were talking about tough love. We were talking about some other things too, some things in the recovery world that are happening here in Colorado, and we cried, man. See, there's some things going on, and I can't really talk about it. I'm kind of bound by some things, but try and figure out a good way to say it. I don't know how else to put it, guys. I'm sorry. What is the cost of a human life? How much is it worth to you? Because I'm starting to wonder. I'm wondering why it's okay. I'm not going to get into it. Let's talk about tough love. Yes, guys, this one's got me. So I had to come on and talk about something. Something needs to be done. So tough love. Tough love sucks. Okay. Tough love came out back in the 80s. Now, I always blame Phil Donahue, but I don't know that it was actually him. All right. So growing up, and before you even became one, we were taught how alcoholics and drug addicts are just bad people. They're portrayed that way on television. Everywhere you go, that's how it's portrayed. So it's not surprising that when we grow up, we are determined to be bad people. My friend told me a little story about this guy, and he had 2 sons. And this man was in recovery himself. He had 2 sons. One had leukemia, and he passed. And the other one was an addict, and he passed. And this is what got me, because I feel very deeply about recovery. I feel very deeply about doing it the right way. And sometimes that takes time. So his other kid died from addiction. So his son that died from leukemia, his funeral had a bunch of people at it because everybody loved him. Died young, leukemia. But his addict son, nobody showed up. These people aren't any different, right? Why is that? Tough love. I'll give you another great example of tough love and how it doesn't work. And this certainly is not a cut down on anybody. But growing up, my parents used tough love on me. Okay? And I deal with a lot of trauma about not being wanted, blah, blah, all the stuff that comes with it. So wasn't I wanted anyway, and this just made it worse. Well, my little brother has the same disease as me, and they did not do that to him, and he turned out differently than me. Okay? He isn't going through all the stuff that I went through, the nobody giving a fuck about you. Because that's what tough love feels like. Okay? I love you, but I love you from over here. I heard that a lot growing up. I still hate hearing that. What that means is I love you, but I hate your disease, so please stay away from me. I couldn't do that to my daughter. So when I was 14 years old, 14, my parents told me, they said, Dion, we're going to go to the dentist on Thursday. Make sure you're here. All right. So I show up for the dentist. They lied to me. They asked me to go pack some clothes. I remember this day vividly. It's in my nightmares. I dream about it almost every night. I remember walking through that first buzzed door. I would hear that sound again I would hear it millions of times over the rest of my life. Because now I was being told that, not only are you fucked up and you're a drunk. See, my drinking career hadn't even started yet, really. And I was already being put away. I didn't do anything wrong. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't do anything illegal. But yet, when I decided that I wanted to take out my anger like I saw my father doing, it just wasn't acceptable in the family. See, when it comes to that, tough love. And tough love essentially means you're a piece of shit and I am not. That I know better and you do not. Right? That's just like, for me, I believe in housing first. For anyone. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care what disease you got. You deserve a roof over your head, period. Have you ever been homeless? No? Then shut the fuck up. From there, what it was just me being on myself from that. I didn't think very highly of myself because nobody ever took the time to actually stop me and say, hey, Dion, you're actually worth something besides a piece of shit. But people they didn't do that. In fact, it seems like people have a hard time talking to me all around. Probably because if you're going to call me and talk to me and you're full of shit, I'm going to know. That's why nobody calls me. Because I won't call you out. But the people that do call me, like my friend earlier, you guys, if you are having a tough day, call out to someone. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs somebody. I do. I know I do. Tough love goes deeper than that, though. Okay? It's what creates a loneliness worse than you ever fucking thought possible. And we wondered why the suicide rates went up. Because they didn't feel like they belonged. We don't feel like we belong anyway. And then you put us in a situation where, then we also have to go to treatment. We're different that way. We're different this way. How many more fucking different ways do I need to be terminally unique from my fellow man? Before you guys realize that I'm just a sick person trying to get well. Right? Alcohol wasn't the problem. I was. You are. You're the problem. Hey? No, everybody deserves a little bit of respect. Everybody deserves a little bit of time, and everybody deserves a little bit of unconditional love. Did you try that first? No? Oh, I'm sorry. Is my disease interfering with your pretty little fucking life? Am I supposed to feel bad about that? Because I don't anymore. I don't do those things anymore. Right? So, yes. It's dumb. It's dumb. You try. And then imagine yourself being on the other side, going against, I could imagine because I know my mom very, very well, and I know it fucking killed her to do it to me. I know it did. So do you imagine her side? I listen to that fucking Phil Donahue and and I don't blame my mom for that. I don't. That's society as a whole, man. That was it. That was my life. I've got to deal with that. Those things are over and gone. All right, guys. That's going to be it. Take care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out. I love you and have a day.